I feel like I need to know how you feel about all of these label layoffs. I feel like I need to know how you feel about, it sounds generic, but the state of the rap game in general, the state of rappers in general. Is this a speak to the competitive nature or lack thereof? Just tell me what you see when you look out into the landscape.
I haven't taken a real deep look out into the landscape, but from where I'm sitting, it looks like J. Cole is the only one being competitive. He's the only one who's rapping with the kind of conviction that says, you know, like, I still value the number one spot as a lyricist. Yep. I see where a lot of, especially the younger generations get, I see a lot of them not really hanging their hat on just the lyrical part of creativity at all. Like they're finding different ways to impact and to resonate with people. Like, you know what I mean? Which is fire.
Yeah, that's fly.
You know what I mean? That's when the elder statesmen like myself start trying to learn. You know what I mean? I want to make myself understand. Like, why is this touching people like that? I can't even understand what they're saying. You know what I mean? So I think it's cool. I think it's evolving. I think it's moving forward. It's definitely moving away from lyricism being the caveat, which I'm cool with, because it's a lot more things that I can do besides be just like a, you know, lyrical. People can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So it's like when they feel like you can do one thing well, they kind of put you in that box. So it's cool. It's cool that it's evolving into a space where you have no choice but to kind of look and see if there's other layers here. You know what I mean? So that's cool. So I'm still inspired to make music in that regard. What was the other question?
No, I think that was it. Just the
landscape. The label fire.
Oh, the label.
That was part of the landscape.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but what you told me about that one label, what you told me last night, that was my first time even hearing that.
Okay, yeah, don't say
like that. I had no idea. You know I wasn't about to do that.
Yeah,
I'm way too seasoned.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't drink no more.
It's scary.
I got a lot of friends that work at labels. I mean, you know, it's a small community. Everybody know everybody. So I'm just always happy to see my people get jobs or see people who along my journeys were at a certain level and to watch them elevate, knowing that you've known them from the beginning. That's always fulfilling. You know what I mean? So that's cool. But other than just analyzing relationships and saluting people, I really don't know much about the inner workings of labels.
Yeah.
Because it changes so much, you know?
I was listening to Rob Markman, shout out to Rob, speak about the industry layoffs. And he said he's been speaking to a lot of people in the industry, and the number one thing, in his opinion, from his survey, that artists lose, is that person at the label that's going to get them to understand your vision.
The translator.
Yes. And a lot of people might not know just how deep that is.
You mean get the label to understand the artist's vision?
Gotcha. And vice versa.
Yeah.
Okay. Translation goes both ways.
Yeah, it's very important. It's very important. So with people losing that thing, I know there's a lot of artists out there that are just trying to find their way. Like, that's really important in music.
Yeah.
You know who those people usually were? People who have made records before. The L.A. Reeds. You know what I mean? So, like, but look at how much you got to pay those kind of people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, once you take away the equalizer, then you create an even wider margin of just disconnect in communication. And what I'm seeing from afar, the labels don't seem to, well, I'm not going to generalize and say the labels, but a lot of people that work at the labels don't seem to care about that disconnect.
Yeah.
Because the money's still coming.
Yeah, they not.
Well, what they use to justify it is metrics.
Yeah, it's a numbers thing.
It's all about the metrics.
It's not humans. It's numbers.
Niggas always talk like that at labels. You know what I mean? Even back in the day, they always use that as an excuse to why they're not taking steps and being intentional about actually developing artists.
I know you said your son is now showing he wants to create. Are you having these conversations with him just to prep him for the changes that's going to come with the business now? Trying to
long ago, my son was. It's a club called the L Club in Detroit. Holds like 200-300 kids. Like he sold that spot out when he was a junior in high school.
Wow.
A bunch of kids in there singing his shit word for word, songs I haven't even
Fire,
heard.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's had his finger on the pulse of just that in general for a long time. So he's very, very seasoned, well beyond his years. So me and him, we got an agreement, and that's just this: don't ever sign your name on anything without me putting my eyes on it first.
That's my agreement with my son.
That's it. Other than that,
That's the only
I'll
thing.
stay out of your way unless you need me or unless I see you doing something so bad where I got to step in. You know what I mean? So people been offering him deals, all of these new hybrid production manager deals.
Because these kids will go to college and just hear their homeboys saying some shit, sign to them. They'll go to a studio. Hey, you can get all the studio time in the world and all the beats you need.
For
Just
free.
Yeah, it's like I'm talking to my son about some of this shit. I'm like, yo, dog, let me repeat some of this stuff back to you and let me tell you what I think about it. But that's my only rule is don't sign nothing without me knowing.
Because patience is the only thing that you can bet your bottom dollar they're not gonna have patience.
Facts.
That's just not a part of being a young, hungry, you know what I mean? Like somebody who's in the thrill of the chase. You know what I mean? So
New Joe Budden.